Here we are. Let's get a message. Were we set up from the very beginning? Did they know? Maybe we still, I don't know. Isn't it annoying? Trying to figure this shit out. Just see. I was like, why? The problem just for somebody else to take the credit and push you to sleep. No, I feel like this time is different. That we have come to an inevitable next step in evolution where the cycle that has been going on since the forever, trillions and trillions and trillions of the same cycle, you know, the biblical narrative. And I'm not going to get into it right now because I've already said it a few times, but the authority, the Punisher, who has up until now not been challenged, but they know that there have been individuals who, like Job, who were not sinning, but the devil went to God and said, yeah, well, that's because he's set up, with this life. But if he were to, lose his family and become a leper, then we'll see just how sinless he is. And so he fucked Job all the way up. And the story is Job didn't sin, And my point is this cycle, this just putting everybody in prison. One way or the other. If they're not sinning, we'll set up a scenario where they do sin. Which, okay, if we want to test the soul fully, as let's say the turn of the age or whatever, when a vessel needs to truly prove their worthiness of taking over the top of the power. So there's no other reason that somebody should have to suffer or be put through those tests. But the one who is like that movie, Gladiator, where he's a worthy character and he doesn't even want the throne, and the king is like, but that's why you need to take the throne, because you don't want it. And so testing a soul that would just destroy any other soul, and they still maintain an open heart and express compassion and love and all the things, as well as not wanting the throne. But that's why it's given. And so the end of it's not the end of biblical narrative. It's a fulfillment. It's been fulfilled. I guess, the prophecy of Jesus returning to save the world, or something to that effect. It's like there are what seems to be several Jesuses, or individuals that embody the Jesus Christ consciousness character. And so the next step in evolution, or from one paradigm to the next, it's not the structure of organized religion keeping control through fear. It's going to be shared authority. It's like, well, if you embody Jesus energy, it's like, we're not going to be like, well, who's going to be the Jesus? It's like, well, we can all embody, empower. We can embody self-empowerment when we no longer have this energy, making you feel like if you do this, so many things, you're going to hell for eternity. It's like they have kept people fucking in their place because people want to go to heaven. And it's like, okay. I don't have the energy. I just have been up against the religion, the system that's trying to, just like Jesus, trying to make me out to be a blasphemer or an abomination because I recognize the abuse of authority and that I don't need to go through a religion or a person, a man, to connect with God and be validated. And okay, he says that I'm good, so I'm good. So no, he's actually making sure you feel unworthy. Unfortunately, it's like a rookie cop that starts the first year and wants to save, do all the heroic shit, and then as the years go on, they slowly see the corruption within the organization, and if they don't do something shady and stain their identity for leverage, then they're kicked out, sometimes killed. It's like the ones that are aligned with truth are not um, accepted in this life. That which is exalted among men is an abomination in the sight of God, and that which is exalted in God's eyes is an abomination in the sight of men. So the world is in favor of the shadow. And thank goodness a handful, at least one, has held true to the light, to the truth, would die for the truth, has died for the truth. Um, and being bestowed or restored authority, the power goes to the one who won't abuse the position. At this point, originally it had a purpose with good intentions, because we got to keep things, organized so we can. But when we start setting people up to sin, it's like okay, apparently that they did break and they had a little, tendency to sin. They couldn't hold the truth, but I'm pretty certain that they did. There was those that did hold the truth, but it's like even when they couldn't get them to fucking sin, they made some shit up, a smear campaign, and got, everybody to believe it. And so these innocent soldiers of the truth end up getting crucified, like the story of Jesus. He just does the right thing and he fucking gets crucified. Yo, it is so unbelievable. It's so disturbing that I can't even comprehend it, and it's one of the reasons why I've been able to like get through, because I'm just like, what? So so the new paradigm is not offending the Bible and the narratives and the prophecies. It's actually just all been fulfilled or being fulfilled. It's like, with respect, passing the torch, and there's something to be said about, just this, like the origin of the hate from the one who has been the punisher for eternity, trillions of years, believing that that's the position and their identity, just to come to find out they have to rethink, and instead of trying to see the bigger picture, they got defensive and even more angry, because they're the ones that keeps the order, and it's just not it's not going to it's just not okay. And they'll be fine once they accept, acclimate, recognize, and see their new position. It's like compromise or compassion or this transition is it's the greatest story ever told. The next greatest story ever told. The devil, the punisher, the Lord of suffering and fear, forced to flip a switch, and people evolving to where they look within for guidance through instinct, intuition, and the innate senses, with no offense, no blasphemy, no false identity of, well, now I'm God. It's a consciousness so evolved that the the what is it? It's like if we don't have a structure or a God or an outline to go by, then it's pure chaos. It's like, no. Again, we developed through, with respect of these teachings and the guidance, and now we are able to withstand the storm of the pivot, the shift. And actually, it's like not that hard. It's like we're all going to be okay. Or those that still can't accept, they just, are going to have to move aside. There's no questioning this new paradigm or the new reality or the shift. It's like you can't. It's not somebody being like, I want to do it this way. It's a bunch of us seeing that this is inevitably the next step is to be sovereign with respect. The Jesus story lives through those that help the truth and in love transcended death. And so here we are. Let's just get a couple cards. I've been disconnected from my dad for like over a month, depressed and not eating because he's stuck on the old narrative. And so, haven't been eating right or sleeping right. I've been trying to figure out this mystery of how the ones that hold the light get sacrificed is not just Jesus, it's anybody that up until now, or it's like a curse. It's fucking unreal. But our voice is our sword, our superpower, our magic, and they want you to be silent, go away. They want you to go kill yourself, actually. It's like, oh my gosh, I did everything right and the world wants me to suffer. It's like, what's the point? And like, almost do feel like going into a corner and just curling up in the fetal, counting the days so I can go back to sleep. Like, it's like I'm too aware of how to help people shift and like express and describe the reality that is actually so obvious once we get through trillions of years, cycle after cycle of being just like it whew, some of us see through the fucking bullshit our whole life, but like we still can't quite comprehend or put it into words, or but like enough of us fucking can't not say anything. Can't just not. Like, I tried to entertain the narrative that would please this fucking opposition energy. But I can't. Too aware. So let's just get, I don't know, what is the trajectory from here forward? Let's do like 2 or 3. Trajectory here forward. Compromise. Perfect. Yeah, it's like compromise, or you're gonna get left behind and look real. Nobody's even gonna think you look real dumb. They're just not gonna be indifferent, and that's even worse for people that have held a position of power for so long. So, all right, compromise, of course, agreement, reconciliation, consideration. Oh, good. Number 33, Christ consciousness. I am alive past 33. What is the trajectory? Compromise, and we're gonna be a loss. We're gonna have to take a loss. You're gonna have to leave, some things behind. It doesn't have to be your dog, but the bereavement, sorrow, and damage. Actually, my baby, he's acting like he's a different spirit, like my actual Booshki Dooshki spirit. I don't know for sure, but I feel like he's got the spirit of a broken heart. Like there was a shift, and the spirit right here wants to be with a different owner, or he's missing a lover, kind of like me. I'm brokenhearted with no lover. But anyways, I hope I'm not right. I hope he's just my baby, just a little sad because things are really fucked up, right now. Okay, so we're gonna be okay. We got it. It's just we can't take everything with us, and some people and more spirits, they'll get to the next step in their own time, to each their own pace. We're all on our own journey, and just because they're not with us right now, because they can't quite comprehend, whatever it is, it doesn't mean that they don't get to eventually. It's like their spirit I don't even want to say what I just thought just now, but worst case scenario, it might be a thing, but even in that situation, all things are possible. And transmuting energy is like if there's one left behind because they don't have some sort of reflection to do what they need to do to elevate their, it's like if you don't have a situation to prove that you can do the right thing, then you're stuck, the last one, and alone in the pit or whatever. But like, if we're all like, you know what, let's just create a simulation, and they can prove it through simulation, and then they get to the next phase, or whatever. All things are possible. When there's a will, there's a way. I'm not going to just leave one person behind because they couldn't figure out how to act right without somebody to create the experience where you can prove that you act right. But anyways, one more. I know I'm a lot, you guys. One more here. Compromise, loss. There's definitely going to be hesitation. This is like every one of you right now. They're like, what is this chick talking about? At the bottom, vow. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, but what about the vows and the traditions and all the things? Get it. I get it. It's a process, and I will explain how I overcame or transmuted or worked my way through every scenario of the Bible, marriage, religion, career, family, the body, the world, the temptations, all of it is a whole thing. So I'm not going to get into that right now. I don't know. I feel like we should get one more. Like, these are called Crush Your Goals. Let's just pick one. In failure, there can be success. By that I mean you can learn what not to do. I find the funny in a lot of failures because I've had enough of them. But I am resilient. My soul is very determined. I like it. I find the funny in a lot of failures because I've had enough of them. It's like when I had failed or been betrayed the worst, I should just throw in the towel. It's like that moment I had to laugh because I was like, no fucking way. And laughter, the absurdity of what we are made to feel like we gotta do this or you're condemned. It's like, what? Some of us actually do the things. It's just we've been set up to the public to look like we didn't because they lied on us or whatever. But really, whatever. So anyways, that's what I have for you guys. I hope that helped. Until next time.